sometimes we're not very good villagers. That can be true.
Very
we
true.
don't know, because sometimes it's awkwardness. We don't want to step on anybody's toes, so we don't show up at all.
Ever.
And that doesn't help anybody. It just perpetuates the problem because society is set up for us to be alone. It's a very lone wolf society. Lonely. You can DoorDash food to your home alone. You can work from home alone. You can do things alone.
You technically never need to leave your house.
Yeah. You can get in your car, which is just your box house, and you drive over and you open your hatch and they'll fill it with groceries for you that you ordered online. We have to be so careful because society is set up to, and it's getting worse, to be solo.
Okay, we're recording.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Are we? Make sure we are?
Yes.
Awesome.
I always get a little paranoid that we're not. Okay.
And then we do a half an hour talk and we don't even catch it all.
Oh my gosh.
I'd be sad. That would be funny. We're just like, okay. Oh gosh.
Together.
That'd be
Hi
funny.
guys, welcome.
Welcome.
We're in the same outfits because we're filming 3 of these in a row.
3 in a row.
Sorry. But we have a busy few weeks ahead of us, so we need to try and catch up on our filming so that you guys don't miss a week. So welcome
of our chatter.
Yes, to Call the Millers podcast, where Janna and I, Rainbow, chatter away. Maybe have a topic and then get side railed and continue chattering away.
Try to rein it back in.
Pour a tea or a coffee. Grab yourself a cuppa and strap in.
Listen. For sure.
Or put us on in the car.
I said that to my friend the other day. I was like, you don't actually have to watch us. You can just listen. Totally.
That's why we have the option of like, look us up on Spotify.
Yes. However,
we're everywhere that you enjoy listening to podcasts, and also on YouTube.
Totally. All right. Okay. So third part to what we're talking about.
Yes.
I think we're going to have a fourth. I don't think it's going to end here.
No, actually. I think we're just like stringing it together.
But I kind of like what we just talked about.
Yeah. We have been talking a lot about the village in past episodes. We talk a lot about community in women, in birth work and motherhood and just womanhood in general.
Yeah.
And we had an episode talking about how we are isolated and lonely and how there is really no village. And then we talked about what that looks like and how you can be the village. But then I think it's time to go deeper into that. How do you become the village you want?
Exactly. You have to be the example.
You have to be the village. You have to be a good villager.
Not always. I don't mean that every time. Like,
no,
not when
sometimes it's your turn for
to be villaged.
Yes, right?
Is that a word?
Oh, it is now. But
just made it a word.
Yeah, we need to be able to. You can't be a bad villager and expect the village to come to you.
Exactly.
It is a community, which means you have to be part of the community.
Definitely.
And we've talked about that because sometimes we think the community should look exactly like this.
Yep.
And sometimes it's the lady that you don't agree with. It's the granny that, you know what, you don't like how she does that, but dang, she can make a good meal and she shows up. So there you go.
Right. Like, eat the muffins.
Right. Eat the muffins. That was yes.
Eat the muffins.
But even if you listen to the last 2 weeks podcasts, then you'll know we've been talking a lot about birth trauma and what to do when your birth doesn't go the way you planned. And then this kind of comes into that is now you're home and your birth didn't go the way you planned. Now what? And how can we step up and be the village for people who have experienced that, for those women in our lives?
Totally. I think it's a big topic again, too. I mean, I like the personal part of it, like going home to your birth supplies and all of that stuff. It's hard on your heart.
If you know, if somebody out there, if you are close to somebody who planned a home birth and didn't get a home birth, find a way to get to their house and go clean up.
And clean sheets and make their bed and just all the things that... So that feeling that when they, if it's possible, and it's not possible for everyone, this is just a suggestion, but I think that's one big piece.
If you can, like obviously you don't have the keys to their house, try and find the keys to their house. Talk to the dad.
Like right? Like, and that's okay, right? Like offering that, I think is
going outside of your comfort zone a little bit to be the village for somebody is important.
Totally. And sometimes they think, oh, they wouldn't. No, they would want you. Like I believe that, and then leave a meal. Or leave muffin, whatever it is.
Do something. And I think it's this part. We always try and ask, do you need anything? Nobody's going to say, actually, yes. When they're in a time of, they're already frazzled, it's a birth or whatever has just happened. they cannot tell you what they need.
And don't ask the yes or no
so
question.
Don't ask.
Right?
Just be like, here, I'm available to do this, or this for you. Which one is better? If you need to do that
totally.
at all.
If you could, like, can I bring you dinner? Of course they're going to, like, lots of people. Okay, I'll take it back. Some people would say yes, but a lot of people know it's okay.
No, it's okay. But I will automatically say no.
What's your favorite dinner? What is your favorite whatever?
Yeah.
They have to answer that. It's not a yes or no question. So it's sometimes the things that we just don't even, and sometimes it's not even an offer. Just drop it off.
Just drop it off.
With no expectation.
So many times I'm really bad at accepting help. I'm horrible at it. Something I'm working on. But the times where I have just been given help anyway, oh gosh, I can't even express how appreciative I've been.
Totally.
Because dang, I needed those muffins.
Yeah. Right? Or whatever, exactly. Whatever it is, muffins. Or the piece that you just, sometimes I think it's also you be the villager that you needed.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Or the friend, or the mom, or whatever.
Simple. Set up a meal train for your friend.
Yep. I think that's a great idea.
And if they don't have a village and they have you can't provide the entire, but drop out. You can do like 2 meals. You can go over and be like, hey,
I agree.
Give me your keys or whatever. Give me the code to your door, and I'm going to come over and like just do a quick tidy before you get home.
Totally.
My father-in-law did that when we had Grayson.
Oh.
We were with you and we were at the birth center, and he cleaned our entire house, made our bed, got everything ready. And that's the thing. Was it the way I do it? No. Did I give a crap about that? Absolutely not. No. Like, done is better than perfect. Accept the help the way it's helped. Yeah. Like, it is still helpful.
Totally.
Put the perfectionism aside for a second. It is still helpful.
I had this aunt in my life. She'd had her babies. She lived way up in north in BC. And I don't know how that always worked out, because I wouldn't have been that old, but whatever. And I remember doing laundry, and I can't remember what baby she must have had. It doesn't matter. But she looked at me at one point and she was like, I've never seen somebody fold a towel differently every time they fold it, like whatever. And then she was just like, she didn't care. But it was just like, it was totally that. And that was kind of actually was a moment in my life. I never fold a towel the same. I'm so sorry. Like, I just don't. It's not my priority in my life.
It's so funny. We had Thanksgiving and you came over and you folded a load of laundry on my couch while I was cooking. And I looked over and I was like, I love you. Like, it's just so sweet. It was such a heartwarming thing. Yeah. And when I put that pile of laundry away, I was just like, you folded them differently than I folded them, but it made me smile. And I was like, there you go. Janna folded these for me. I love that.
But also, it's because it actually doesn't really matter.
Let it be sweet.
And if we're focusing on the way that our towels are folded, we probably have a greater problem. Let's be honest. We don't help. We're not in this culture. Can we revive it in my lifetime? I hope so, honestly.
Yeah.
But it's not about how your towels are folded.
No, you have to be able to let go.
Yeah.
Let people help you, and then you have to actually be able to help.
Exactly. It's a given.
Because we have that problem, and we're focusing now on being the villager. We've talked in podcasts past about how to accept the help.
Yes.
But sometimes we're not very good villagers. That can be true.
We
don't know, because sometimes it's awkwardness. We don't want to step on anybody's toes, so we don't show up at all.
Totally.
That doesn't help anybody. It just perpetuates the problem, because society is set up for us to be alone. It's a very lone wolf society. Lonely. You can DoorDash food to your home alone. You can work from home alone. You can do things alone.
You technically never need to leave your house.
Yeah. You can get in your car, which is just your box house, and you drive over and you open your hatch and they'll fill it with groceries for you that you ordered online. We have to be so careful because society is set up to, and it's getting worse, to be solo. Because harder and harder. Honestly, if we want to go there, like when you're alone and you don't have a village, you're easier to control and manipulate. It is what it is.
Just like,
you don't have anybody anyway, so you need this. You don't.
Anyway, we digress, but it's hard to do that. But let's go back to that. Like, other things that are helpful, for families that their birth hasn't gone their way are honestly all the things that would be helpful anyway.
Yes.
Right. Even
if they have extra kids, go over and play with them, or take them to the playground if you can, honestly, or
all of those things.
Bring over a bag full of coloring books. Anything. And not messy things that will keep them busy.
And I think also that space to let them speak about it. And it doesn't come right away. Some actually
just going over,
having a listen,
making a cup of tea, and being like, "Do you want to talk about it?"
Yeah. Is there anything I can do for you? Exactly. I think that's part of it as well, because I think some of their automatic reaction is just to keep that quiet. We're not going to talk about it. And that's actually because that feels like you're a failure and you don't want, I wish we could get away from that.
Maybe this is like a thing too, is I think it's a practice to learn how to be there for people. Like it is a skill. In midwifery, being doulas, especially doulas are really heavy in this. In serving another woman, it is a skill that you have to learn. You can't just go in and be like, tell me what happened. Are you okay? That's awkward, right? You have to be like, make the tea.
Absolutely.
You know, bring a snack, just sit and be comfortable sitting in silence. Know how to do that. Yeah. And then just be like,
sometimes your presence is enough.
Yeah. And sometimes they'll just unload.
Yeah. And it'll come.
And you can ask, like, are you all right? Do you want to talk about it? Yeah. And sometimes at first they'll say no. And sometimes they'll say no and that will be no. But they just want a buddy to be there.
Totally. And to accept that it might not be the answer that you want. Because she actually might not be awesome. She might not be really feeling great. And I do talk about that, right? We work on like an emotional.
Be ready for any answer.
Be ready for any answer. Like we write spiritually, emotionally, physically. We work on so many levels. And I believe this, like at very few times in our life are they all aligned. Because they're not aligned. They can't possibly all be aligned exactly at the same time. So it's like, you just said it, be ready for any answer. And maybe you're going to have to figure it out, right? Yeah. You just be ready for whatever answer you get. Other thing I really think to check in on too is the dad, the partner, right? Because sometimes they're not awesome either. They're probably exhausted. They're also probably trying to figure this out. And there's always been that thing, right? You should just be grateful because you're alive and your baby's alive. Okay. But sometimes it doesn't feel like that. Yeah. Honestly.
And sometimes that's not, it's so important because I've had instances I've witnessed where the dad is so overwhelmed in the new baby and taking care of the other kids in the home or something that they miss something in the wife. They miss postpartum depression or they miss something happening. Yeah. So check.
Or there's some guys too that are just like, you should be grateful, like us, and it's like, no, you missed the whole point, right?
Well, they can't understand what they can't understand,
which is fair, like, right? That happens. So I also think, right, that's the village, and villages come in all shapes and sizes for sure. But I think that might be part of it too. Like, be that person that you needed, right? Like, and maybe sometimes that's like,
don't worry about showing up perfect.
No. There's nothing. There's
perfect. You're not going to be able to show up perfect.
No, just show perfect.
Up. Yeah. Oh my gosh, when somebody is in the trenches, somebody showing up, your presence is the freaking life vest they need.
Totally. And you're probably not going to be there for hours and hours and hours, but it just there's something that switches when we feel cared for. I really believe that.
Literally ordering food to someone's house.
Like, you can do that. I think people don't realize you can order a pizza from your phone to a different address. I think people don't understand that. I think that's so interesting to me.
Hey, like, you mentioned that you didn't have enough burp cloths. Oh, I'm going to Amazon them to your front door. They'll be there tomorrow.
It's such a funny world we live in that way.
We could. Totally. Like if your village is far away, you can be a village from far away in that way.
Yeah. Totally. Do you know what I just read? I'm going to have to find this. There is a group of nuns.
Oh, I love it already.
They get up at midnight every night and they pray for 1 hour for all the moms that are up in the night with their babies.
That's beautiful.
Now that I speak about it, now I'm going to have to go find, well, you could go Google it because it's there.
That is some called midwife stuff.
Is that not the cutest thing ever? The nuns get up in the night
and pray
midnight. They get up at midnight. And I think it's an hour they pray for any mom that is up with their baby in the night.
I love that.
I love it. I mean, I don't want to be a nun. Like, that's not what I want to be. Bless the nuns. Honest. But what a beautiful thing to do. What a beautiful thing. Again, right? We all have our different face and all of these things. But isn't that another thing? Even if I say that sometimes too, because the nights can be lonely.
Oh, yeah.
And especially if you're in pain and all of the things, all of the things. But to me, even when I say this to a lot of women, like, just know that at any given moment when you're up in the night, there's another mom up too.
Yes.
I wish we could have like a telephone line.
If you can find another mom who has a baby the same age as you, or they're also in their postpartum and especially around the same stage, that is a lifeline in itself. That's a village member. When you're like, oh, I can't be a villager in this season, that is being a villager.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you the amount of times. Like, I have friends that we, when Zag was born, we had babies around the same time and we would text and voice note all through the night when we were up nursing and it would help.
Yeah, you just, someone's up.
And even if somebody wasn't up yet,
yeah,
they'd see this in the 30 minutes. You'll be sleeping, but they'll be up. And then the next time you wake up, you see it. And it's still a little bit of human connection. So even when we think that we can't be the village because we're in a really busy season of our own life, that is being the village too.
Totally.
But on the other hand, you can't just rely on those villagers because they really can't show up for you in any other way.
They're doing the same.
Make sure you do find other villagers.
Good point. Totally.
But it might not be who you think.
I agree. And I think it's because we don't live with our families, like we're not those nations here that have grown up with our grandmas and aunties and sisters. We're all living together and all of those things, or that they just can come in. We don't live that way.
We're also a culture of we come from a lot of messed up families.
Yeah. Our families are divided
and
totally.
You don't want those people in your lives anyway. So
totally.
But then you got to make your own.
And you got to figure it out, which would be one thing I'd say I didn't do very well. If I could replay that, maybe that's why I don't feel like I harp on too many things, but that is something that I feel is so important. Have a postpartum plan a little bit.
Yes.
Right. But also, I think, be the villager that you needed.
Because I've had times in my life where I've been truly really didn't have anybody around. Where there was I had some friends, but we weren't close enough to really, ask for help, or even they would know to help. And I've had points in my motherhood where it was just super isolating. Super lonely.
And I don't think you're alone. I think that is a very common. It's so sad to me, and I'm not sure how we got here.
But it's when you're going out for your walk with your baby that is saving your sanity. Say hi to your neighbor, because that maybe you have an old crotchety lady that lives next door, and you say hi to her, and do you know what? Next time she makes you chili. Oh,
because that might bring her so much joy.
Wow.
But my other thing about this, it doesn't really the end result of having a baby, no matter how your baby comes out of your body, is still postpartum.
Yes.
It doesn't matter, right? So it matters in the moment of what's going on in your life, but what do we know? Postpartum is going to happen.
Yeah.
So how do we get to that point? That we feel supported, as for all of these things, exactly what we're talking about.
Because it can even include our lost moms.
Absolutely.
You still in
postpartum. You still are, with a completely different outcome. Completely different.
Yeah.
Right? They've still birthed a baby. They've still,
they're
all
still
of
going
these
through
things.
all the motions. They still have all the things that happen after.
Yeah, postpartum is a whole other dynamic.
I feel like sometimes we're scared of people who, you think about people who are scared of lost moms because they don't know what to say. They don't know. I think we're scared to step into people's intimate times in general. People are even scared of postpartum moms with a new baby because they don't want to get involved. Oh, totally. It's so crazy. Oh, I'll just leave you alone. That's the worst thing you could do for them. Don't step on people's toes. If they say don't come over, but there's other ways you can help.
Yeah, I would agree.
You don't have to go. Yeah. You don't have to cross their threshold to help them.
Yeah, totally. And I think it's actually, that's a really quite broad subject.
It is.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's not. There's lots of pieces to it because it doesn't just end in 3 days either. Right. Sometimes the hardest part is you get to 6 weeks, your care is actually completed with whoever your care provider is, and then what do you do? It doesn't,
something like that. If you have a village, let's say your family's not really involved, but they like to be a little bit involved. And if maybe they like to buy things, hey, can you pay for a postpartum doula? Everybody comes together. Can you put in the fund for my postpartum doula? Because nobody else is able to travel to be with me.
True.
So let's be with me in a different way.
That's a good point. Totally. Yeah.
Think outside the box a little bit, I think helps.
I think you have to think out, especially the way that we live now. I think 100%. That's so true. Other weird thing is that when we're talking about birth as a business, postpartum as a business, honestly, think of all the things that people buy that they don't need. But if you actually put that into food and support and care, I actually think we could change things, change the world a little bit on that.
Well, and let's maybe a hard pill to swallow. A lot of people could maybe afford things they said they couldn't afford, like a doula or postpartum help, if you didn't get all the latest baby gear that you're gonna use for 3 months, or not at all. I mean, that doesn't apply to everyone.
Well, no, I mean, there's things you need,
but I think there's a truth in that.
Yeah, totally.
Sometimes I would agree with you. Skewed on all. Again, we focus on all the baby products and everything the baby will need, and babies don't need much. Let's be honest.
Oh, they do
especially
not.
if you've had more than one baby, that they really get on with very little. You should be focusing on the recovery. And the coming back to yourself, the emotional stuff. What are you're putting all this money and all this effort into preparing for the moment the baby arrives, decorating the nursery. But what about you?
And we're the worst. Like, you'll see it. You can go out to a grocery store and you'll see a woman with a toddler in her cart carrying a baby, and you're just like, how?
Yeah.
How are you doing this? And some families have to. We got it. But where did we lose our support? Is it how we live? Is it because we're so private?
Well, normalizing it too. You should be out and about, bounce back, and honestly, get up and go. Like, I saw it. Where were we? I don't know. We were out and about. Maybe at the mall. We saw a tiny, brand new baby. Brand new baby. I was like, wow. Oh, why are you here?
And then you go, maybe it feels good. And then I just think about her bottom.
I know.
Like, how's your bum?
Yeah.
How's your back?
Like, where's a cushy seat?
Where is a cushy seat? Does anyone have a donut?
Yeah.
I always used to think about this, like, oh gosh, please don't judge me. Like when Princess Diana, like all those ladies that come out of that hospital.
All dressed up.
We all know what kind of pad she's got on underneath there.
Oh, 100%. We know how you feel.
We know. Why did we think that was okay?
It's not, but it's the facade.
Who else? That is
normalizing
so weird.
This facade.
Yeah, please have a baby. I mean, I think the only thing that I could maybe think that makes that feel a little bit better is like maybe they're giving us the wrong time. You know what I mean? Maybe their babies are actually like 24 hours old. Not likely. But whoever thought that was okay? Let's put her in a flowy dress and do her up. And then
there you go. I mean, I'm sure that probably feels better than showing up with no makeup and everything. But at the same time,
I just can't.
They're forced into it. They can't say no to that.
I know. If we're going to talk soul contracts, I'm going to say you might want to look at that.
Right?
Like, what did you sign? So, I mean, that's part of it, though, too. We watch those women do it.
We'll
We've
look
got
at it,
social
apply
media.
That to online.
Right.
You're going to post it to TikTok or Instagram. You're going to post right after. Hey, guys. Now, some people just have a natural glow about them. That's fine. They're not all that
glow away.
That's not. Yeah. But, like, some women are like, this is my postpartum outfit that I brought. And it's like full on. I see the makeup tutorials. Like, people get ready with me in the hospital. Baby's 24 hours old. And they're like doing their makeup. And I'm like,
wow.
I mean, more
I don't even know
power
how
to
to do
you.
my makeup on the best of days.
I feel like I didn't even look at my makeup for 2 weeks.
I don't know. I love it. But I mean, think of the pressure that women feel. Like, that's part of the problem.
And maybe a lot of them are like, well, it makes me feel like me and it makes me feel like more normal. But I don't think we're meant to go back into our normal routines after that.
No. Well, I've talked about, just the transformation of your own self, right? Like,
you need to put the maid into bed.
Yeah.
Because it's time for the mother to come.
It's changing.
You shed the skin.
So crazy. And I don't know. I think, too, sometimes we just maybe don't talk enough about the hard things that happen, be it your transfers, your birth outcomes, your postpartum, because I feel like we're saving people from what could be this not great thing for them.
Honestly, people can handle it.
I think we need to maybe start talking about it a little bit. It can be hard. Postpartum can be really, really hard. It can also
be hard to listen.
True. Don't want to hear it because you're going to do it better.
Or it can be hard to listen because you don't know what to say. You don't know how to fix it, but you don't have to fix it. You just have to listen. But
did you think that, like, when you're going to do things differently? Like, I won't going to do that. I'm going to, so maybe that's part of it.
I didn't think that I was going to be a crunchy, homeschooling, home birthing mom when I first started out. Like, absolutely not.
That's fair. And that is completely fair.
Because I was in early childhood. I thought I'd go into teaching and then my kids would go to public school and I would teach and blah. Oh, yeah.
That's a whole other podcast.
That didn't happen. But the minute I gave birth, I was like, nope, that's not my life path. Absolutely
you knew
not.
It right away.
Yeah.
Man, you're an old soul. I love it. I love it. What's that?
Not my first
not
time.
Your
here.
first time. No. I just saw a shirt that was like, not my first rodeo.
Not my first, yeah.
I'm like, yep, we need those.
It's like that family time. Is this your first time? Yeah. Is it yours? No, it's not my first time.
Thank you for asking. Where do you want to start with this?
But being the villager, like, we need to bring that back. I think as a society, we suck at being villagers, and not because we're bad. It's because we don't know how to show up for other people.
Totally. But don't you think if you asked yourself, what would I want? Or what would feel great? Or what would, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but also, can I say something that's not going to be loved to listen to, I think, maybe?
Yes.
I think that we're kind of built to be quite selfish in this day and age. It's all about us, our comfort.
True.
We live in our own world. You do you, babe, and do this. It's all about you. Nobody is used to stepping out of their comfort zone to help somebody else anymore.
How sad.
It's not comfortable to help it. Do you think it's easy to like rearrange your schedule to go? Sometimes you're like, I don't have time to be a villager and to help somebody. True. Everybody has the time. It's a choice.
It's a choice. We were just talking about this. Like,
no,
it's not.
But like, we kind of live in a selfish feeding society. It benefits from us being selfish, and it feeds us more opportunities to be that way. And this doesn't mean like everybody, it's not I don't mean it in this way that's like, oh, we're all selfish, everybody's selfish, you're selfish, feel bad about it. But understand that life and the world that we live in has been set up in that way where you have been praised for being that way. And we've lost that has slowly chipped away at the community. It's not like you should feel bad about that, but you should recognize it and maybe fight against it a little bit.
Well, don't you think that was the whole feminism thing? Like all these things that are going to run into, I mean, I know this is like kind of going off of this subject, but like, how do you say this nicely? I'm not sure. Like we've kind of done it to ourselves.
Well, yeah.
Like, no, 100%. Like you just said it earlier, like being a boss babe. Why do you want to be that? Yeah. Like, I understand though, like, maybe that's not really what I'm trying to say. Or what are you willing to give up to be that? Is that maybe more the dynamic of that? And I guess maybe that's me judging that. I just don't feel like I have the energy to be that anymore. I don't want to be that. I don't think we're meant to do life alone, however that looks in people's realms. But I feel like for the last little while, and longer than probably a little while, we've done this wrong.
Well, I think it's also like, again, like we've been conditioned to be this way now. Everybody is toxic, and if somebody does that to you, they're toxic. You should cancel them and like just cut them out of your life. Now, some people do deserve to be removed from your life. Yeah, that's not what I'm saying. Some people, like, you know, toxic people sometimes are really awful. One thing that somebody does differently than you or you deem wrong doesn't automatically make that person bad or toxic. And like, what happened to, hey, when you did that, it hurt me? Can we talk about it? What happened to communication? We just cut off. Yeah. And it's all like us. Well, this isn't good for me, so no thank you. And this isn't, and you know what I mean? Like there is a part where that is good to have. You should have self-confidence. You should do that thing. But make sure it's not at the expense of community.
Tricky. It's a tricky one for sure, because you're right. We've been so conditioned to be that way, which also I think, like, if we're taking it back to birth, like, then that's why we don't share.
Well, to women too. You're a strong, independent woman. You don't need no man. It has been down our throats for a long time. Go back to work, make your own money, get away from XYZ, and then it just snowballed into like a good thing is a great thing until it's not.
Yeah. And I don't think we were ever meant to do all the things. Because then we don't do anything well. And
that's not living in our feminine. Yeah. That's operating in the masculine, because the world is a masculine place.
Super interesting, right? But we've also devalued mothering.
Oh, 100%.
Right? Like, I would, if I was to look back and I wouldn't do this way again. But again, we're going to talk soul contracts, God's plan. Yep. Apparently this was it for this lifetime for me on this earth at this time.
To come to the realizations that you have.
Yeah.
Right.
Or what I hope, like we're talking about ancestral hurts and all of that, like ideally that stops here, some of this stuff, so that my kids don't need to do it. Yeah. That's really where I think a lot of this comes down to. But I mean, I feel like we're in a mishmash. I feel like we're going to we can take this as an algorithm at the end of this, because it's a lot of little things coming up here.
Well, I think like also just like, you're not too busy to help somebody. Make the time. I'm just going to say that the way it is. Like, we're all busy. Like, you want to talk about busy, right here. Hello. We are so busy in our individual ways. We still make the time for each other. It's like, you know, we have a grandparent crisis in my generation where we were like raised by our grandparents and we had grandparent help, and now we have kids and we don't have any grandparent help. Like, a lot of us don't. Yeah. It's the majority of the thing. It's like when they're like, oh, we're too busy, we're working, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but you used to be busy doing the same things and raising kids. And so that's off your plate now.
Right.
And you can't just show up a little bit. Like, are you actually too busy, or are you just not showing up, you know? So it's that self-accountability too.
Totally.
Like,
but I also think the grandparents are also part of the village.
They should
like
be.
What happened there, right? Like, honestly, what happened?
Yeah, it's like the collapse of the families.
Yeah.
Some people are really lucky and they have great, like their parents are super
Totally.
involved and they want to be there, and that's amazing. And I hope you're grateful for that, because a lot of us do not have that. But I think it comes down to this thing of like, we're all so concerned with our own one life that we don't
see the greater picture.
No, and we don't show up for anybody.
Yeah. I mean, and the flip of that is like, I can't wait. And if my children decide to have babies, oh my goodness, I always get like that question, do you want to be their midwife? Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Well, whatever, whole other podcast. But like, to heal that hurt, right, of grandparents. Like, I can't wait.
Oh, me too.
I feel like that's going to be my job.
Even my kids, like watching my kids. I don't want to like.
I have a piece of. They're all going to live with me. Everyone's going to be on my.
Let's start a commune.
Right?
Let's do it. The farm.
Totes. Oh yeah, we were just talking about that. We could have like a little midwifery, whatever.
Yeah, we'll have a midwifery clinic, and then we'll all live there.
That's a whole other grandparenting, a whole other podcast.
Yeah,
but I think there's a lot of pieces to this actually, and I think when your birth, to go back and try to bring this back, like when your birth doesn't go your way, man, does it open up a lot of things, eh?
Oh yeah, and I think that's what can be so isolating. Yeah, is sometimes you really see who's there for you and who's not, and sometimes the people who are there for you is like, maybe it's one person, maybe it's nobody. Totally. That is a really hard pill to swallow while you're already maybe you're dealing with birth trauma, all that kind of stuff.
But also, when your birth does go your way, it doesn't mean you don't get all of this.
No,
right? Either way, that's what
you don't get out of it.
Yeah, you don't get out of that, right? Like, so that's another interesting.
You could have an amazing birth and a horrible postpartum as well,
100%.
Or you could just have a normal postpartum and you could have nobody show up for you. And your husband might have to go back to work, and maybe he works away, and you have to. Yeah. And then what do you do
when those guys go and they're gone like 2 weeks postpartum, and they're like, I'm just like, how did we get here? Like, how did this be okay?
Even with us, Cody gets 1 week off if we're lucky. Then he goes back because he has to.
He has to go back.
Yep.
Again, choices, like we're talking about all of those choices. Like, how do we make that? That is the
sacrifice we make for the grander picture.
That's what you guys
Is it
do.
Hard in the postpartum? Is it ideal? Oof. No. But does it allow me to stay home with all of our children? Yes. So it's a give and take.
It's a balance.
But would it be easier if I had like a really cushy village? Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Right.
Or like, I mean, there's got to be countries, and I'm sure we could go look this up. Like, I feel like there are some of those like European countries, like they get postpartum help.
Yeah. Or even like, how in the show called The Midwife, they had like the mother's home, the maternity home. Like stay for a little while with your baby.
Where they stay, yeah. Totally.
That used to be a thing.
Yeah.
You'd like go and live in the home for a little bit.
Go take a little break.
Your kids would come and all that.
Yeah. Also remembering like when my grandma, must have been her last couple of children, I think she stayed in the hospital for like 8 or 10 days.
Wow.
Like, can you imagine? I mean, for us, that would be crazy now. We would feel like we were like at that time, it would have been normal.
Wow.
Right? She would, I feel like, oh gosh, if anybody's listening, they can correct me on this, but let's say it was her last 2 children. She would have had 6 at home.
Wow.
My grandma was
but other
single,
people just cared for them.
Yes.
And the oldest,
like, the oldest would have done that stuff. Some of that stuff, probably not all like awesomely, maybe a little begrudgingly, but also when you come from however many siblings and all of that, her mom was a different dynamic, right? It probably felt like a rest.
Oh yeah,
they're bringing you food and you didn't have to do laundry. People talk about that
now. People even say like, "Oh, this is my 6th baby and I'm having a hospital birth, so I get a break." It's like, oh,
yeah, but probably not for that long.
Yeah, not for that long.
In a shared room and not great food.
Yeah.
See, we're not doing postpartum, right?
No,
there's a whole other.
The nutritional.
Maybe that'll be my new career.
There we go.
Just postpartum. No. But again, there's great postpartum doulas. That would be the other thing. You know, if you don't have your family, there's postpartum doulas out there. Use them. Put your money towards that stuff.
Instead of all the, crap you're going to ask for at the baby shower, put in a postpartum doula fund. Do it for yourself. Idea. You will thank yourself later.
Food fund, cleaning fund, postpartum doula.
Even nanny for your other kids.
Yeah, something that works.
So you can just bond with your baby, right?
It's hard.
It is. But we can all do a little bit better, I think.
I agree with that.
The village.
I like that.
I think at the end of the day, we can all be a better villager.
To pay it forward.
Truly. True. Show up for each other.
Thank you for showing up for me.
Thank you for showing up for me.
Love you.
Always. I love you.
Okay. All right.
And we'll talk to you guys next time. Go let us know how you're being a good villager.
What's your good one? Suggestions on being a good villager.
Yeah. What do you do to be a good villager in your community? Yeah. Even if you don't have the village, you can start. You can create a village by being the village. Sure can. Some great friendships have started by just showing up for someone randomly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Have a great week.
Bye, guys.